Good morning, students. Today's we are working on for the preparations of the sulfuric acids. After preparation methods and properties of sulfuric acids, we are working on some oxo acids of the sulfur. That one is very a small topic, but before we are starting the last topic of oxygen family, after that we are working on oxo, then we are starting our halogen in next lecture. Okay. So see guys, we are working on the sulfuric acids. You know that is the king of acids. H2SO4 generally it is known as. It is prepared by two methods. The one is the contact process, the another one is the lead chamber methods. But in the CBSE syllabus, they already explained about the preparations of the methods of sulfuric acids by the contact process. The lead chamber method is not in your syllabus. So we are going to describe first of all you about the contact process. So contact process is take place in the various steps. But generally, if you are going to write down all the conditions, so three conditions is here, or the whole process is take place in three steps. What is the three? What they are? The first one, in this process, the large amount of the sulfur is converting into sulfur dioxides. In case of the first step, it will be treated in the presence of the air. Okay, this one is the first step. In the second step, what happened? The large amount of sulfur dioxide is converting into this sulfur trioxide in the presence of V2O5. That is another second important step. And the third one step is the large amount of SO3 is treated by the sulfuric acid H2SO4 and it is converting into a very important compound H2S2O7. This is known as the oleum. This fresh prepared oleum is known as the fuming H2SO4, okay, or concentrated H2SO4. So these three steps is required to complete the preparations of the sulfuric acid. It is a catalytic process. In the same process, a large amount of energy is liberating. Okay, delta H value is in negative or delta G value is also minus 196 kilojoule mole inverse. That energy will be liberating. So it is a kind of the exothermic reaction. But generally, if we are talking about the whole soul process, it takes place in these three steps. For first step, we are heating or burning the large amount of sulfur and converting into sulfur dioxide. In the second step, we are converting sulfur dioxide into trioxide in the presence of a catalyst V2O5. Okay. And the next one and the last one, the sulfur trioxide is again treated with the by passing inside the sulfuric chamber. हम ऊपर से सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड को पास करते हैं and sulfur trioxide is come to the contact with the sulfuric acid, they giving you H2S2O7, that is known as the oleum, or they generate a large amount of fumes and heat, so that's why its name is fuming H2SO4. Okay, so see guys, we are working on this one. I'm going to explain you about this. It is a very diagrammatic presentations of the contact process. The first step is a sulfur burners. Inside the sulfur burners, we are keeping a lot of sulfurs in different with the help of racks. So what happened? We are passing air from here with the help of blower and passing also heat. So what happened? The air is come to the contact with the sulfur and it converting into this sulfur dioxide. Okay, I am showing you its reaction after that one. So if it is converting into sulfur dioxide, the sulfur dioxide in few amount of gas again passing inside the second chamber is known as the dust precipitator. What happens in case of the dust precipitator? If suppose the dioxide and oxygens contain any amount of the particles, dust particles. So what happens? The dust precipitator is helped to remove such particles from the gases. After removing the dust particles, the gas is moving inside a chamber is known as the washing and cooling chambers. So what happened? From the above side, when we are passing the large amount of cold water and this sulfur trioxide come to the contact with the cold water, okay, तो जो इसमें impurities होंगी, impurities क्या होंगी? Water के साथ dissolve होकर कहाँ आ जाएंगी? नीचे, waste के form में. And sulfur dioxide is a gas, okay, so gases are lighter in nature, तो gases कहाँ move करेंगी? Above side and they passing through air. But that reaction is take place in higher pressure and low temperature. So that's why if you are applying higher pressure, so due to the pressurized gas is moving on the next chamber. In the next chamber, what happens? In the drying tower. In drying tower is also we are passing from above sides a large amount of water as well as a mixture of acids. So what happened? If after the passing from this washing cooling towers, if your gas contain any kind of the impurity, it will be settled down with the help of drying tower. After the drying tower or removing the moisture, a dry gas of sulfur dioxide and oxygen is passing inside the arsenic purifying chamber. You know arsenic purifying chamber, your sulfur compounds or sulfur gases contain a main impurity of arsenic. Okay, so inside this arsenic chamber, okay, we are going to remove the large amount of arsenic. So with the help of this arsenic chamber, here is a catalyst is present, sometime V2O5 or sometime platinum. Okay, the next we are passing in preheater. Again we are going to heat up the sulfur dioxide. The sulfur dioxide is passing inside this chamber. Dioxide. In this chamber, the sulfur dioxide is converting into sulfur trioxide in the presence of a V2O5. This is a MCQ based question. Which catalysts are using to convert the sulfur dioxide to sulfur trioxide? So which catalysts are generally we are using? Divaridium pentaoxide, or we say the varidium pentaoxide. So in this chamber, the dioxide is converting into the trioxide. When the trioxide is converted, so trioxide is moving from here to a last chamber is a acid shower chambers. Is a shower is coming from the above side. So what happened? यहाँ पे SO3 जो होगा वो H2SO4 के कांटेक्ट में आकर क्या बना देगा? H2S2O7, and we are going to collect the large amount of H2S2O7. So it is a step-by-step process. Gradually we are removing the impurities available in sulfur dioxide, and then second last chapter we are going to convert this sulfur dioxide into their trioxide, and we are getting a large amount of sulfuric acid. So these are the preparation step of the sulfuric acid. Sometimes maybe it's coming in 3 marks, okay, and sometimes the diagrammatic presentations is on your 2 marks. So these are the diagrammatic presentations of the sulfuric acids. But next we are working on their preparation. See guys, what happens? So you describe that the sulfuric acid method is prepared by the contact process. This process is totally dependent upon the 3 steps. The first steps, what happens in case of the first steps, we are just going to repeat all these diagrams, then I am showing you. In the first step, the large amount of sulfur is burned in the presence of air, but you don't take S. We are working with SH. आपको पहले भी पढ़ा दिया है कि S मत लिखिएगा क्योंकि सल्फर S फॉर्म में नहीं मिलता, वो S8 फॉर्म में मिलता है जब इसकी प्रॉपर्टीज आपको स्टडी कराएगी. It will be reacting with the O2 and it generally giving you a SO2. So it giving you a SO2. So here we are taking. Okay, the first step, the S8 is burned or heated and converted into sulfur dioxide. And then in second step, what we are doing, the sulfur dioxide again is reacting with the oxygen, okay, and it is converting into the sulfur trioxide. So here the sulfur dioxide is converting into the sulfur trioxides. So what we are doing, in sulfur trioxide it will be converted now. But we are taking here V2O5. Generally, we are also taking platinum. Okay, that reaction is also take place in platinums in case of this sulfur trioxide. But generally, what happened? Why we are not taking here platinums? यहाँ पे vanadium ही क्यों लिया गया और platinum क्यों नहीं लिया गया? वो इसलिए because platinum is highly sensitive towards the arsenic impurities. मैंने आपको अभी दिखाया था कि इसमें arsenic भी होता है sulfur dioxides में. तो प्लैटिनम्स अगर हम कैटलिस्ट लें तो इट जनरली रिएक्ट विद दी आर्सेनिक. सो एट दैट टाइम द कैटलिस्ट इज नॉट प्लेइंग द रोल ऑफ प्रॉपर कैटलिस्ट. दैट्स व्हाई वी आर टेकिंग हियर V2O5. इट इज द बेटर कैटालिटिक प्रॉपर्टीज. ओके, सो दैट्स टेक प्लेस इन V2O5. बट व्हाट हैपन when the sulfur trioxide is formed, the last step we are passing this sulfur trioxide into the H2SO4 in chamber, जिसमें हम ऊपर से सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड की स्प्रेइंग करते हैं. एंड व्हेन सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड कम टू द कांटेक्ट विद SO3, the H2S, how many O is here? 7. So it giving you H2SuO7s, or they liberating large amount of energy. That energy is delta G, or we say the delta H is equal to minus 196 kilojoule more inverse. Okay, that amount of energy. So that is the main reactions of this process. The next information, this reaction is exothermic because they liberating large amount of the energy. But the another conditions, which type of condition is necessary to conduct such kind of reaction? In these reactions, the temperature is very low and pressure is very high. This is a favorable conditions for the formation of sulfur trioxides. This is the reversible reaction. अगर temperature ज़्यादा हो जाए और pressure कम, so that reaction is moving on backward direction. That's why we are taking catalyst here. But temperature not should be very much low, because if the temperature is very low, so the reaction should be stopped at the same time. अगर टेम्परेचर आप बहुत कम ले लेंगे, कम होना चाहिए बट इतना नहीं कि इस रिएक्शंस क्या हो जाए, स्टॉप हो जाए. एंड जनरली वी आर यूजिंग देयर कैटलिस्ट. सो गाइस, दीज आर द प्रिपरेशंस ऑफ द सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड. द नेक्स्ट वी आर वर्किंग ऑन इट्स फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टीज. So see the physical properties of the sulfuric acids. It is a colorless, having a specific smell, but it is oily in nature. इसका जो solutions होता है, it is oily in nature. Here we are talking about its physical properties. So it is colorless. It is colorless. Okay. Second one is less volatile. Less volatile means it is not able to easily convert into the vapor. Why? Why it is not able to convert into the vapor? This is the sulfuric acid, H2SO4. H2SO4. So these two hydrogens are participating in hydrogen bondings. सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड्स आपस में ही क्या कर लेता है, हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग्स में पार्टिसिपेट कर लेता है. सो ड्यू टू दिस हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग्स, their bonds are very very strong. O negative, H positive. Okay, such as H positive and this is O negative. So such kind of intermolecular hydrogen bondings are available. जब सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड्स में ही आपस में इंटरमोलिकुलर हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग्स हो जाती है, so at that time we required more amount of energy to convert this sulfuric acid into the vapor. So more amount of energy चाहिए, तो इसका मतलब ये इसकी volatile nature क्या होगा, बहुत कम होगा. They not easily convert into the vapor phase. They always remain in their liquid phase due to the intermolecular hydrogen bonding. The third one, this is also known as the oil of vitriol. Oil of vitriol. Oil of vitriol means if you are just seeing the surface of this sulfuric acid, it's lots of drop like structure is there. Oil की तरह जो होता है, जब हम oil को water में डालते हैं, it creating some emulsified drops. So such kind of drops are oily drops are appearing on the surface of sulfuric acid. So it is also known as the oil of vitriol. The next properties, it is highly corrosive in nature. Highly corrosive means corrosive. Corrosive means when they come to the contact with your body or any object, they cause burning. अगर कोई भी एसिड्स आपकी बॉडी के कांटेक्ट में आए, सो ये क्या कॉज करेगा, बर्निंग कॉज करेगा. What about its solubility? Highly soluble in water. Highly soluble in water. Okay. ये सबसे ज़्यादा soluble होता है water में, because due to the formation of hydrogen bonding, intermolecular hydrogen bonding. That's why sulfuric acid easily dissolve in water. Okay. So these are the physical properties. After that, we are working on its chemical properties. So the next one is the chemical properties, guys. You know you have already done the lots of reactions related to that chemical properties. The first properties, chemical properties. Okay, the first chemical properties is reactions with sulfur. Okay, so here we are performing its different reactions. First of all, we are showing the reactions with sulfur. So in case of the sulfur, first of all, what we are doing, here we are taking H2SO4. The H2SO4 participating in any chemical reaction, so it will be decomposed into H2O plus, giving you which gas, SO2 plus, giving you a nascent oxygen. So जैसे ओजोन को तोड़ा था, वैसे इसको फर्स्ट स्टेप में तोड़ेंगे. In the second step, what we are doing, we are taking a large amount of sulfur. Sulfur always present in the form of SH. Here we are taking how many oxygens? we are taking a nascent oxygen. Okay, तो guys हम क्या करते हैं यहाँ पे आपका nascent oxygens लेते हैं. So here we are taking generally the sulfur is react with nascent oxygen and easily converting into SO2. तो यहाँ पे आप क्या करेंगे SO2 जनरली परफॉर्म करेंगे. Here we are taking 16, that's why it is converting into SO2. ओके, तो ये क्या हुआ SO2 में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है. सो इट इज हेल्पफुल टू कन्वर्ट दी सल्फर इनटू सल्फर डाइऑक्साइड. तो ऊपर की इक्वेशन को किससे मल्टीप्लाई करना पड़ेगा 16 से, बिकॉज हियर 16 nascent oxygens but here only one. So this is 16 H2SO4, 16 H2O, 16 SO2 and 16 O. After that all we are just going to clash the both side of nascent oxygen. The overall reaction is 16 H2SO4 plus S8 is equal to 16 H2O plus 16 SO2 plus 8 SO2. ओके, सॉरी, द ओवरऑल अगर यहाँ पे हम कर दें इसको तो ये हो जाएगा आपका 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 24 SO2. So this is the reactions in which the large amount of sulfur removing in the form of sulfur dioxides. The next reaction is based on the reaction with copper. So the next reactions generally we are taking is based on the copper. So copper के साथ reactions देखिए. Generally it react with the copper the similar way. H2SO4 first step is decomposed with reaction with copper. So the sulfuric acid decomposed into H2O plus giving you SO2 plus releasing nascent oxygen. So in the next step what happened, the copper react with O, they giving you CuO. Okay, this is this is cuprous or a cupric. This is a cupric oxide. So cupric oxides again is react with H2SO4. So they giving you Cu react with SO4 giving you a CuSO4 और जो बचा हुआ हाइड्रोजन है वो ऑक्सीजन से रिएक्ट करके क्या बनाएगा H2O. So see guys, here everything is balanced. This oxygen is clashed by that oxygens और आपका फॉर्म्स क्या हुआ, this cuprous oxide, cupric oxide is clashed by the another CuO. So overall reaction say H2SO4 plus Cu. How many H2SO4 is there? Twice, and they giving you which compounds? It giving you a 2H2O plus CuSO4 plus, okay, so they giving you SO2 sulfur oxides. So these are the reactions take place in case of the copper. ये copper के केस में reactions की perform की जाती है जो आपके syllabus में considered है. The next one, see guys, the next reactions of the copper is the reactions with carbon. The next one is the reactions with carbon. And also here we are taking H2SO4, it will be decomposed into the H2O and releasing SO2 plus O. And here we are taking carbon, carbon react with O. See guys, here we are taking 2O because the carbon always moving in the form of CO2. अब बैलेंस करने के लिए ऊपर की इक्वेशंस को किससे मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे 2 से, 2H2SO4, 2H2O, 2SO2, 2 nascent. अब इसको क्या कर दो, रिमूव कर दो. So in the next one, this 2O is consumed by the another 2O. So the overall reaction is twice H2SO4 plus carbon is equal to twice H2O plus twice SO2 plus CO2. That is the reactions of the sulfuric acid with carbons. ये सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड की रिएक्शंस है किसके साथ, कार्बन के साथ, जो जिसमें कार्बन किस फॉर्म में लिबरेट होता है, लार्ज अमाउंट ऑफ CO2 की फेज में. These are the general reactions is take place in case of this compound. The next one is the reactions with sugar. The reactions with C12H22O11, you know What is a C12? Which is a sucrose and any glucose compounds. You know that these compounds are known as a carbohydrate because they are made up of carbon and hydrate means water molecule. वो अभी proof होगा. So when the C12H22O11 is able to react with the few amount of H2SO4, okay, so they giving you a very important compounds here. जब हम इसको सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड से ट्रीट करेंगे तो जनरली they giving you 12 molecule of carbons and the another molecules is react in the form of 11H2O. अगर इसमें जरा सा भी सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड डालते हैं तो इस पे ऐड करने पे ही आपको 12 कार्बन और 11 H2O देता है. तो इसका मतलब जो ग्लूकोज था या सुक्रोज था वो किन दो चीजों से मिलकर बना था? कार्बन और हाइड्रेट मतलब वाटर से. So that's why that compound are known as the carbohydrate. So the sulfuric acid is behaving like a dehydrating agent क्योंकि जितना भी वाटर था उसने ऐड करके क्या मिक्स करके रिमूव कर दिया. So that's why it is also using as a dehydrating agent. Dehydrating agents के बिहाफ पे आपने और कुछ रिएक्शंस करी हैं in case of the organic compounds. In case of the organic compounds अगर मैं लूँ यहाँ पे CH3 CH2OH, अगर यहाँ पे आप concentrated H2SO4 लेते हैं, so what happen? एक H यहाँ से जाएगा और एक OH यहाँ से, तो क्या निकलेगा आपका H2O. और इन दो कार्बन के बीच में सिंगल बॉन्ड तो था ही, अब यहाँ से H और OH जाने से इनके बीच में क्या डेवलप होगा? डबल बॉन्ड. So they giving you a very important compound that is known as the alkene. But it is a which kind of the dehydration? It is the which kind of the एक ही molecules के है, that is known as the intramolecular dehydration. Intramolecular reaction. ये एक ही molecule में चल रही है, तो इसको हम intramolecular reactions कहते हैं. अब इसका दूसरा रिएक्शन आपने पढ़ा था एस्टर बनाने में. CH3 CH2OH react with CH3 COOH. ये क्या है? एसिड. ओके, और ये क्या है? अल्कोहल. तो एसिड और अल्कोहल की रिएक्शंस जब कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड H2SO4 की प्रेजेंस में कराते हैं, द टेम्परेचर्स इज लेस देन 40 डिग्री सेल्सियस. ओके, तो क्या बनेगा आपका? यहाँ पे भी डिहाइड्रेशन होगा. OH giving you OH, अल्कोहल giving you OH, एसिड giving you H, तो क्या बना? H2O. ये दो मॉलिक्यूल के बीच में चल रही है, इसीलिए इसको क्या कहेंगे? इंटरमॉलिक्यूलर रिएक्शंस. ये क्या था? इंट्रा. जब एक ही मॉलिक्यूल्स में चल रहा है, they giving you minus H2O और क्या बना आपका? CH3 CH2, क्या बना? O, C डबल बॉन्ड O CH3. इसे आप क्या बोलते हैं? एस्टर. A fruity smelling compound is formed. This is known as the ester. So they behaving like a dehydrating agent is also. So on the behalf of this reaction is all known as the intermolecular reaction. Intermolecular reaction. वो क्या था? ऊपर वाला इंट्रामोलिकुलर रिएक्शंस था क्योंकि वो एक ही कंपाउंड्स में था. The last properties is reactions with calcium fluoride और एनी मेटल हाइड्राइड. आपने फायर एक्सटिंग्विशर के अंदर जो आग बुझाने के लिए जो आप फायर एक्सटिंग्विशर यूज करते हैं उसके अंदर भी इसकी यूज पड़ा होगा. द रिएक्शंस विद CaF2 इज अ नॉर्मल रिएक्शन H2SO4. द Ca रिएक्ट विद SO4 इट गिविंग यू CaSO4 और दो हाइड्रोजन दो फ्लोरीन के साथ मिलकर क्या बनाते हैं? HF. इट इज अ मोर स्ट्रॉन्ग एसिड. हाँ, वैसे ये वीक होता है मगर रिएक्शंस में काफी हाईएस्ट होता है. If they are suddenly fallen down on your hands and anything, they creating a hole. So HF is a highly reactive nature and HF is highly sensitive towards the glass. इसकी रिएक्शन कभी भी कांच के बर्तनों में नहीं की जाती. ये जनरली रिएक्ट, if you are performing your reactions with HF, we are using a plastic material. Okay. The next reactions is the last one is reactions with salt. Salt जैसे NaHCO3. It react with H2SO4. ये आपके फायर एक्सटिंग्विशर्स जिनसे आग बुझाते हैं उनके अंदर यूज की जाती है. So see guys what happened? Here we are taking NaSCO3. So 2Na positive react with sulfate is giving you Na2SO4 plus here H2 react. यहाँ एक CO3 से O निकालो, इससे एक O निकालो तो बना H2O और ये 2 हाइड्रोजन से यहां से एक O निकालो तो H2O। अब क्या बचा, SO4 निकल गया, H2 ने एक O से रिएक्ट करा, यहाँ पे 2 O बचे, ये H2 ने यहाँ से O निकाला, यहाँ भी 2 O बचे, तो क्या बचा CO2 and CO2, giving you twice CO2. So the fire extinguisher liberating a large amount of carbon dioxide, and this carbon dioxide make a blanket or a layer surrounding any burning substance and disrupt the contact of the burning substance to the air. So at that time, if the air is not available in a sufficient amount, the substance cannot be burned properly. So that's why it is a reaction is take place inside the fire extinguisher, and that is the reactions of salt-based sulfuric acids. And you know the use of sulfuric acid, it is using in different kinds of organic reaction as a dehydrating agent at the productions of different types of compounds. So today is enough for the today, and the next topics we are working on your sulfur acids. सल्फर की जो सल्फर एसिड्स हैं, इट्स अ वेरी शॉर्ट टॉपिक एंड वी आर वर्किंग ऑन दिस सल्फर एसिड्स। और उसके बाद हम स्टार्ट करेंगे हैलोजन फैमिली, जो पी ब्लॉक का लास्ट टॉपिक है। थैंक यू।